We have.
So you're doing yourself a favor.
Do you know who Red Hot is?
I've got no fucking idea who that is.
Me too. Red Hot. I'm letting you on. Hello, Red Hot.
It's so nice to finally hear that.
Fuck.
That that everything is your fault, Jonathan. It's nice for you to finally admit it. See, we all grow together on these streams, Jonathan. We have a proper stream going on now.
Curly, I have the hand here on the delete button.
Jonathan, I mean, it's not like I'm Kaiser Sose. I come here in peace. Jesus.
Anyway, you've got Curly on, man. This is wonderful. I'm going to be watching this shit.
This is
See you later, boys. Stay sexy.
Jonathan Quayle Higgins admits that everything is his fault. I've been waiting 3 years to hear this.
Well, you can wait a little bit longer because when GMT has left, I'm just saying that he was totally wrong.
Oh, so you're retracting it?
Of course, just like I do.
GMT is still getting over the fact that he got deleted off your World Time bezel, so you got to forgive him a little bit.
Yeah. Well, things sting. That's correct. No, but let's be totally transparent. I own a Kermit which is totally stickered. I'm not getting rid of it, but I can understand that Thomas is coming from a different place. His other watches are really difficult to sell, and the question is, what is he doing? Is he waiting now to ride out the low of the Kermit, or is he moving on to a different piece?
Well, as a non-watch person, I'm here to ask 2 questions. One is, why is all of a sudden it seems like this Breguet moment, Breguet dream is trending throughout the whole fishbowl that we all occupy? That's question number 1. You could answer that later if you don't mind. But question number 2 is, do you mind if I do some selfish promotion here for a minute? I'll show you what it is, just so you know. You see that right there?
Yeah, yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Since we have Mr. Thomas on the panel, I want to use Jonathan's platform to thank the 24 donators.
Yeah,
donated.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Had and also Original OC, because he's the one who put all these logistics together.
Absolutely.
He's responsible for spending the time to do it, and
and Andy Red Hot 100 for.
Well, I mean, I'm a mouthpiece, Jonathan. I'm not good at logistics. This was I know that OC spent a couple hours in the morning when you gave us the okay to go ahead with this, and it's not easy because there's a tax burden and forms to fill out, 1099s. So shout out to OC for actually putting the logistics together. The minimum goal was 1,500. We met it the first night. A lot of generous people in the fishbowl donated.
Absolutely, thank you.
And the stretch goal is 2K. Once that's done, this shuts down. I know we have a little bit of time, so us being competitive like we are, we're going to try and reach the stretch goal of 2,000, Thomas, and then you could talk to OC and he will forward and wire you the goal that you wanted, plus a little spending cash, and then he'll have money to pay for the tax burden on this. I want to thank everybody. Thank you.
OC, can you please drop the link again? I'm having a hard time to find it.
I could do that. Or no, I can't.
Yeah, you don't have a wrench, so you can drop it in the private comments.
Yeah, he's got it. So I just wanted to, that's where we're at right now with the 24 donations. And I also, and he gave me permission to do it. The biggest donator was Golden Baba with the $300 donation. And then, of course, between myself and OC, we also donated like a $300. And then the rest of the people, we're keeping all the, we're keeping everybody's name anonymous on this, but OC at the end of this will thank everybody that donated on an individual basis. So thank you, Jonathan. That's all. I just wanted to pop that up there since Thomas is on the panel with you right now. And I'll stay back quiet, or you could kick me off unless there's some strap talk. But the trending Breguet thing interests me, Jonathan. I want to know, why is this all of a sudden trending in the fishbowl? The Breguet dream, the Breguet moment, the Breguet trend. Where did it start? Who started it? And is it real, or is it just something that somebody wants to push because they have 3 Breguets all of a sudden?
So I'm not able to copy that link here on StreamYard, and I'm not on YouTube. So I would be grateful if OC could drop the link, or you could drop the link in the comments, and I'm happy to reply to your question from my point of view. So Thomas and I, we've been talking about Breguet for a very long time, and Thomas knows about my love for the 3130 with the power reserve and the moon phase. So it's not. Thank you very much, OC. It's not really a super new thing that we're talking about. I find it good that Breguet gets some popularity in our fishbowl, just like you say, by Archie. He sheds a limelight on a brand that is totally underappreciated and offers incredible value at the moment, for example, and the watchmaking is top notch. So yes, Archie is a multiplier and probably puts some light on the brand. I don't think that there is anything wrong with it. I appreciate it. Not sure how Thomas thinks about it.
Yeah, I totally appreciate it. I appreciate the heritage of the brand. I appreciate the history, I appreciate the look of the style of the watches. I mean, a lot of people hate on the Breguet lugs, but I really like them. And once you try one on, the enamel dial ones, I mean, you were saying on a previous stream with Archie that you used to sell the engine turned ones. And Breguet are kings of engine turning. I mean, they mastered the engine turning, didn't they? Yep. Mastered engine turning, and they're kings of engine turning. I mean, a lot of people do engine turning now, and Breguet are the fathers of engine turning, I would say. But I just prefer the enamel. I mean, the enamel, the blue enamel of the 5177, the white enamel of the 7147 that Archie's bought. It's just gorgeous. When you get one on wrist, they're nice and thin, they're automatic, they float under the radar as well. I mean, they're the kind of watch that nobody would get, as with watch crime and things like that abound. People know Rolex. People know Rolex, and they want to steal it. Whereas something like a Breguet, they wouldn't know what it was. They could think it's a Timex, and you know, you'd be wearing a nice watch on your wrist, and nobody would know what it was. And
I would like to draw the line a little bit even further. So Archie suffered some personal losses in the last time, and he lost a lot of his mojo and a lot of his energy, and people rightly accused him for turning circles always around the same watches. It's Rolex, man of the fucking moon, and 5 identical Pateks, and probably a Tudor Black Bay. Now Archie found a new love, and he probably found a little bit more energy recently in his love with Breguet, and I find that admirable, and I find it only positive that he's moving to a different brand. It's not always the same shit that we're talking about. You know how I hate about talking about Rolex because everybody does it. And so I find it really refreshing that we're suddenly talking about a different brand, and a brand that totally deserves it.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely.
John, what's your favorite 3 watch YouTube channels?
My favorite, I'm really bad with those with those rankings because I don't have a ranking in my mind. Okay, but I try to not make mistakes. So my favorite. I'm reading more than I'm watching YouTube, to be honest. So I have huge appreciations for ID Guy, who covers watches with from a design perspective, which I really like. Who else is there? Who else is there?
I find Mike from This Watch That Watch is really good. If you've ever seen him,
I don't even know that channel.
Right. He's very good at market analysis and
yeah,
very good. He lives in Denmark. He's a South African who lives in Denmark, and he's very good. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I'm watching Archie, even though sometimes it's boring and repetitive. But Archie is certainly my most watched watch channel that I'm having. Now I have to name a third, and I would say Monochrome has also a very good video section. But I also enjoy Revolution watches. Waco's interviews are top notch. So there you have it.
Okay.
But I'm not. People say I'm a big multimedia guy. Golden Barber was asking about my email address, and he asked, "Do you have an Instagram?" No, I don't have it. Are you on TikTok? No, I'm not. Do you have WhatsApp? No, I don't. So I'm not really in this.
Me neither. I don't have anything.
Thing.
I don't have anything except an email.
Yeah.
I got
and Curly, you're always marking on me that I have 20 viewers and 7 subscribers. Let me tell you. Again,
wait. When is the last time you heard me say that? Other than I thought we made peace. Well, what do you mean?
No. I don't take that as an insult or so. I just try. Now that we're talking directly, it was never my goal to get monetized. It was never my goal to get famous. It was never my goal to have a successful.
Well, you accidentally
channel.
Became famous then.
Well, I don't think that I'm famous.
You're the premier horology expert. Come on, Jonathan, don't sell yourself short.
Yeah, but that is who I am. That is what I was before, and that is what I still am.
That doesn't mean we can't have a little fun every now and then. I mean, you only had a 1-hour stream and you're ready to pull a plug. What the hell? What are all these people going to do? You got 35 people here.
Exactly.
I mean, that's kind of selfish. That's all I have prepared. That's it. I'm done. What do you mean? No.
Well,
let's teach you how to do some long streams, maybe 6-7 hours or something.
But let me
entertainment, Jonathan. You got to fucking.
Now you're taking over Mr. GMT's rule. Now I really have to kick you off.
Jonathan, you're a multi-platform horology expert. Okay, you have to learn how to do a little bit of entertainment so you could stretch. You could stretch these streams out a little bit. I mean, come on now. You have the burden now of being a host on multi-platforms. So
oh shit! No,
we have to work on all.
No, wait a minute, Kenny. Wait a minute, for fuck's sake! Wait a minute. You forgot the most important part. He's as boring as fuck when it comes to wrong. He is, mate. Fucking half the time I'm struggling.
This is the first time that Curly is defending me. Wait, let hear him out.
You're lucky you got Curly on your side. I'm telling you.
No. GMT, you got to understand something. He's got some of the pillars, okay? So you got the watch talk down. That satisfies a certain part of the audience. The Gonzo streaming, nobody does it better. I mean, car, you go mobile, you in your car, you can walk around. So you got that aspect of a variety show. Now we got to work on your humor a little bit, which I see you've been doing. And I'm here to help if you want.
Well, he's as dry as fuck, for fuck's sake.
No, but that's good. That's good. What you need you need a straight man, which Jonathan is the straight man. He's the dry straight man.
No. We're not talking about me being straight or gay. Let's not go down.
No, you got to jump.
Wait a minute. Did he just say don't talk about me being straight? So you fucking gay.
Yeah, I mean, GMT, you really want to go down that road?
I don't know. Hey, fuck.
I mean, for
he
real.
He mentioned it, not me. He mentioned
really.
It. Fuck.
I think you would fold before Higgy when it comes to being told about.
Can I tell you something? You know the beauty about me is I've got 4 beautiful children and beautiful wives to back me up. So I'm fucking fine there, mate.
Well, there are other examples who had plenty of children and then turned out to be on the different border.
Higgy, he does drive a hairdresser's car.
Right? Yeah. We all know that.
Come on,
mate. I took my son yesterday. He drove it for the first time. He was in heaven. He goes, Dad, this is because the amount of people that were just sitting there staring at the fucking thing when we're pulling out the lights and shit. My son goes, there was nothing like it.
Probably perfect for a teenager, right?
Yeah, he loved it. It was awesome. Anyway, guys, I got to get back to work. Curly, you're a champion. Thomas Burnett, you're a true gentleman. And Jonathan, you're boring as fuck. See you guys. Nice.
Thank you very much for the flowers, Mr. GMT.
All right, so hang on, Higgy. I caught up on one of your last Gonzo streams. What is it that attracts you to a rally Porsche? I'm just
the
dying
Dakar rally.
No, but what is it? Is it the
it is the Dakar
rally, or I mean, have you ever driven one?
No. But nobody lets me drive that expensive car.
But I mean, that's like your one and done Porsche is the car rally Porsche.
I would love to own one, but that is totally out of my ballpark. I'm just pulling it up.
Let's just say that it was feasible for you to own one.
Yeah.
My question is, how would you implement that in Germany? I mean, what do? Would you go off road? What is it?
Yeah, I would go off road here. We have here a big forest, and I would make a deal with the owner of the forest that I can go there. And Jamie and I, we have that dream about taking the route down to Northern Africa.
I knew Jamie was involved in this dream. I mean, I just don't see you packing up your stuff, putting it on top of the roof rack, getting a safari hat, and then just jumping in your rally Porsche.
Well, that is why, because you don't know me.
Off-roading. I mean, I don't get it. I don't see it.
Look, I'm too afraid to really drive fast on the Autobahn. It really freaks me out when I'm that fast. I did that once as a Gonzo stream, but I don't enjoy it. But with that Porsche, you can have the same kind of thrill and fun, but at lower speeds, and that is basically what attracts me.
It seems like a lot of work. Very dusty, very bouncy.
Well,
I mean, come on. I just picture you. I mean, come on. You got the Fabergé eggs. You do the Gonzo streaming at the grocery stores, at the German markets, at the Christmas places, and then all of a sudden you're going to be Safari Higgy.
Well, yeah, probably yes. I'm wearing my Safari cap right now. Look, the problem is that you haven't met me. Thomas has met me, and he knows that I'm a pretty normal guy. People call me an elitist, nose down and everything.
Higgy, what would it be like? What would it be like if we met in real life? What would we do?
I don't know.
I mean, what would it be awkward? What would that be like?
It would be terribly awkward. Yeah.
Where would we meet? Would we go on a cruise? I think we would. You know what? Just for us to both suffer our own company.
I would not go on a cruise with you.
No, that's exactly what we would have to do.
I want to have an escape plan.
Yeah,
I want
a cruise.
I want to have a door to leave.
No. Higgy, we have to go on a cruise and we have to be handcuffed the whole 3 days.
Oh shit. I mean those $1,700 for Thomas Burnett won't make it that I would agree with that kind
Money
of
is
deal.
Money is no object. I think that we should be on a 3-day cruise, handcuffed together. That's it. That's the only way we can get used to each other if we wanted to be.
I'm pretty sure you would even hate me more after those 3 days.
I mean, we would just have to stay away from bone saws and cleavers. That's all.
Yeah. No, but that is just a dream. I know that it won't become reality because it's not realistic. People say, "Yeah, you sell all your watches." I'm not selling all my watches for a bloody car. I'm not doing that.
No.
No, Red Hat 100. I could see you wandering the German market with Higgy. I could see you wandering the German Christmas market. And,
I would love to. I love
a bit of mulled wine, currywurst.
I've had the
some of those.
I've had the pleasure of having Higgy Gonzo streaming from a cruise ship. So, Higgy's Gonzos are even better than his.
I have tremendous material from that cruise ship, but the problem is there are so many mirrors, and I didn't have anybody who is cutting out when I'm being seen in the mirror. So I have fantastic material here, but I can't cut it, so I can't release it.
Yeah, that's a tough one. You know how? Yeah, there's that. That's I could understand that, Higgy. Believe me, I could understand it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you know what, Higgy? Once it's kind of freeing, because once you show your face, it's kind of like you put that behind you, and then you could enjoy the experience of streaming even more. I mean, that's just my own personal experience.
Look, there is a counter example, and you're guilty in that regard as well. Lux showed his face, and look at the amount of abuse that he's getting for having.
Well, Lux's problem, I mean, this is just my opinion, is he can't receive as good as he wants to get. You know, as good as he gets. So
yeah, but probably people are saying the same about me.
Well, they say the same about me too, but that's the whole part of when people think they're trolling you and that they're triggering you. And I mean, everybody thinks that trigger each other, but you know, in the end, you know, if you persevere, you know, and they don't drive you away, I mean, I think that's a win, right? I mean, so I got to. I did used to say, even when we were trolling each other, that you have to be the most persecuted person that I've known around here, and I didn't even know you. It was just the stories about you. And then, you know what, like I said, if you don't let them drive you away, they could say whatever they want, Jonathan. I mean, look, you travel around the world. I respect the fact that you're friends with people like OC, who's also a target. You know, Jamie seems to be a cut above the fray all the time, because he's classy and he's kind of non-political. But what are you going to do? I mean, that's the whole that's the fishbowl that we're in, right, Higgy? That happens.
True. That's true, but let me put out one thing, and I'm not putting out that to put you down. I think trolling is one thing, but there is some trolling that goes way below the belt,
Hey,
and you, my friend, are guilty of having done that to me.
I
in particular,
am. I absolutely am.
And
I absolutely am. I mean, Higgy, I absolutely am. I mean, we've had one talk about that, right? I mean, but listen, it all depends. Are you the kind of person that not that forgives? I don't ask that, but are you the kind of person that knows that people change after? I mean, we've been around here a long time. I mean, I've been around 3 years, and I believe that people change, sentiments change, because over time, it's like, you know, everybody.
But you continue hitting below the belt, and I have several examples for that. And the moment,
hit me with them. Come on, get it off your chest. Hit me with them.
No, this is not the place to do that. But believe me that you're still hitting below the belt with me and with others. It's not only about me.
Well, I mean, like I said, if you give me an example, I mean,
well,
you're give me a chance to defend myself too. I mean, I am a counter puncher and I am a reactor. Absolutely,
yeah. But there is too much family, there is too much private life, and there is too much below the belt. Still with you, I recognize a certain change. Not sure how permanent that is, because, like you say, people are changing, and maybe you're changing back. I fear that a little bit. But you're still going way below the belt way too often. Still, I'm not watching all your shows, but very often I say, why is he criticizing other people going below the belt?
Well, I mean that, but see, there lies the problem, Higgy, because if you are not subject to attacks, and then, you know, reaction.
Oh, come on, Curly! I know the best how it feels when you're subject to attacks.
You gotta let me finish. Okay. I'm not an antagonizer where I attack first. I react. I mean, I got a pretty good record of doing that. And if people go in the gutter or go below the belt, I'm one of those people that are willing to do that also.
Curly, I've never gone into the gutter with you, so that
I'm not using you. I can't remember the last time that I can't remember, Higgy, the last time that I said anything about you. If you want to remind me, it would be lovely, but I can't remember the last time that
well, you have a bad memory.
You're kind of persona non grata as far as
I recognize that, and I recognize the kinder words that you had for me recently. I recognize that. I'm not stupid, and I recognize that. But still it is. We have a problematic relationship. However, I appreciate that you came on, that you've been cordial, and were were appropriate to the situation. I really appreciate that.
Thanks for letting me on. This is an important part of self-reflecting and getting past it, you know. But I in my memory, maybe I played clips of other people talking about you and making a comment, but I can't remember having to say much about you at all in the past month.
Curly, if you want to have that conversation, we can have that in private. I'm not doing that on the show. I can pinpoint you exactly to what you have done, and that
sounds
still
good
sticks.
to me.
Yeah. So I offer you. You can email me. We can have a private stream.
Oh,
I offer
Jonathan,
you.
I don't do that anymore.
I know. So that's a problem. But I don't want to do that really here on my channel today.
No problemo.
Yeah.
You want to talk watch straps and contrast stitching?
Yeah, Russ.
I disagree with your pork strap. That pork strap you showed,
that looked fantastic, didn't it?
No, listen. You are a fan of you're a fan of contrast stitching. I am not. I actually preferred the other strap that you showed, and I'll make an argument for it.
Yeah, but you're making the mistake that you're so focused on the contrast stitching that you don't realize when there is a beautiful strap.
So let's have an argument about it. Let's have an argument. I'm not an argument. Let's have a discussion. Okay. To me,
I like that phrasing better. Discussion.
To me, that white. Now, I'll give you an example. A beautiful contrast stitching is Jamie's strap for his world time. That's the
blue one.
The contrast stitching is actually gold, and it looks fantastic.
Yeah.
But that right there, I just don't understand. Why would you use white or ivory contrast stitching on that matte flat pork strap, as you call it?
So, but you said that you like that strap the best. Now you're criticizing it.
I like the strap, but the counter stitching takes it. Look, it just you tell me. I mean, it just makes
it is cheap. Curly, I can't convince you when everything is personal taste here.
Show the other one.
Before I show you the other one, I will make my point why I personally find that attractive. I remember when Blancpain made those straps at first. It was a revolution in terms of material, because everybody had dark brown and black crocodile, and suddenly a high-end watchmaker comes with pork straps and contrast stitching. So I have a soft spot for that, but also I think it would be too boring if it would be unicolor. Now we have a different strap here, for example.
Look at that, Jonathan.
I think it's too boring.
All right, we'll just picture if that strap was the same color as the pork strap, but without the white contrast stitching. I mean, just look at that. It doesn't take your focus away from the watch. You notice the strap and the grain of the alligator, and no contrast stitching. I mean, just look at it. To me, that's it. You put that up, and it's like I see everything. I see the elegance of the watch. I see the handmade strap, the elegance of the strap. Once you put the counter stitching in there, the white contrast stitching, it just cheapens it for me. It just does.
Yeah, but just like
I wish you had a picture of that pork strap with some matte and much thinner, more elegant contrast stitching. Then I would accept it. But I mean, go back to the pork one.
So I think Reptile 100 is it puts more focus on the watch rather than taking away
even the strap. I mean, look at that right now. For me, I would even accept the white stitching if it was thinner and less of a focal point than what you're seeing right now. To me, I mean, look at that. First of all, white. I mean, to me, I don't know if it's the picture or something. It almost looks like the thing's not completely straight. If you're looking at it, the left-hand side stitching, it almost looks like there's a little bump out. So I just don't understand why you would have to have it, number one, so thick, and number two, such a color that doesn't belong. Look at that. See what I mean, Jonathan? It instantly takes your focus off the strap, but you notice the color of the strap, you notice the beauty of the strap, but the focus is the watch.
Curly, we are talking here about personal taste.
Yeah.
And you will not convince me, and I will not convince you, and that is not my target. My personal opinion, and I'm gonna hurt Golden Barber here because he likes how the watch looks like. I personally find the watch looks pretty boring itself, and I think you have to spice it up a little bit. You can't have a boring watch and put an even more boring strap on it.
Dude, I completely disagree. How could you say that that's boring? just the dial itself. Look at all the contrast. What do you call it? Guilloche?
Yeah, guilloche.
I mean, look at it. How could you say that dial is boring? I mean, it's not even good lighting, and it's just, you could just see the contrast.
It is a block of yellow gold.
I disagree. Look at even with bad lighting.
What is your point about, or what is your position about those hands? Look, we have our minute hand.
You got
in
me.
Gold.
You got me. You got me there. I don't know why they mixed up the finishing on the hands.
So it would be nicer to have it unicolor. You agree with
the
that?
hands? Yes. I don't understand why they had to go with.
And it would be horrible. And I know that many of the Lange One clients did that.
Now that you're saying that, Jonathan, I also don't like the date wheels. I don't like the date wheel numbers. They look too big for the windows.
That's the style of the watch. Yeah.
You're wearing glasses. I mean, you have difficulties reading out the date. I would guess. So you will appreciate it.
I would, but it just with my glasses, looking at it, it just looks the proportions don't look right.
Well, that is the golden
cut. Now you make me really look at this thing, and now I'm pointing out all the things I don't like. I liked it before, Jonathan.
Look at this. No. Wait. Look at this. I'm drawing. I'm drawing two lines. So that line here goes right through the center of the dial. It goes right through the center of that hand, and it goes right through the center of that hand. So that is a straight line. So that is not a coincidence or anything. That is planned. Now, I'm making another line which goes straight down here, and that is a perfect division into three parts of the watch design. So everything here is designed and calculated.
Where now you can. What do you mean? Lines? I don't see any lines.
Well, virtual lines.
Oh, imaginary. Okay.
Yeah. Use your imagination. So there is one line here, straight down here. Everything is in one line. So then you have an imaginary line here.
Imaginary, yeah.
Yeah. So you have a perfect division into three even spaced parts. Yeah. Now the same works here. You have here a line underneath the date, 1/3, and you have a line here at the top of the center.
What would you prefer? Would you prefer? What is that? What is that? What the fuck are those things called? What is that? The hands. Okay. What is that dark hand? What is that? Blued steel? What is it?
That is blued steel. Heat treated blued steel.
So what do you think? Should they all be blued steel or should they all be gold?
No, it would be horrible if you would have them all blued steel. I have seen so many Langes where the owners had a white dial or a silver dial or a black dial. No, black dial. They couldn't get those dark hands. But dark hands would look horrible on this watch.
So they should all be gold.
Yes, totally agree.
Yeah, I think they should all be one color or the other. I don't necessarily hate that the blued hand and if they were all like that, but I think it would take away from the way that the
I'm just always asking myself, did it come from the factory like that, or did somebody make changes? And for that, I have a different web page which is Langepedia, and there is another one exactly with the same configuration. So probably they came from the factory, and I have no reply on why that is. Here you can see a golden hand, by the way.
Higgy, what makes you get bored of a watch after you've looked at it, inspected it, checked it out with a loupe, played with it, admired it, obsessed over it? What in the end, what finally makes you get something that when you began the journey of getting it and then you finally acquired it? What makes you get bored of it? I mean, in the past, what has made you get bored of? I mean, I know that you've even modified watches, obviously, because you wanted it to be a certain way. But when in the end, when you decide to get rid of the watch, what makes you get bored of it?
I'm not getting bored of any watch that I owned. The problem is at a certain point, I realized that I have too many watches, and I have to get rid of some when I'm in the process of getting more.
Wait. So you realize you got too many watches, so you get rid of them to get another watch. I mean,
yeah, but I'm still crying over the watches that I had to get away.
Have you ever gotten rid of a watch, regretted it, and then got it back like
Oh,
like
of course I have. Of course I have.
What makes you you start missing it, and then you say, oh man, I think I made a mistake. I want to get that back.
I sold my GMT Master maybe 3-4 times and always bought it back.
How long you been doing this, Jonathan? How long have you been
since I've been 19? So it's 41 years now.
So that makes sense that you reached a point where you wanted a watch commissioned and made exactly to the way you like it. See, I don't understand.
But really, no, wait. That watch commission, that was not a plan. That was a coincidence because I just liked the watch. And then Benjamin Chi started to give me those crazy ideas. It was not my plan to go there and say, well, I like the watch, but I want those modifications. Ben then said, I think I asked him only, can you replace Geneva with Hamburg? And he said, yes, you can virtually change everything on the watch that you want when it finds my approval. And yeah, he opened the door wide and I stepped in and said, okay.
And that was a completely enjoyable experience for you, right?
Of course.
So let me ask you something then. What would ever possess you to go back and have, I mean, I don't want to say factory made or handmade watch. How could I say? A production watch, a regular production watch where you have no input. What would possess you? To me, it would be like, okay, you've been doing this for 40 years. This coincidence happened. You had a very enjoyable experience. You had input into the watch that they made. The watch is obviously beautiful and you like it because I know a lot of people admire it. What would make you go back to a production watch and not say, hey, you know what? That was so awesome. I want to commission another one and then just go down the road of all.
But I did that. After that Benjamin Chi watch, I bought 2 Langes, which were totally factory made. Of course, right. Of course, I had my wishes, but Lange told me to go fuck myself.
So you did. So you did go back to buying production watches.
Yes. But of course, I asked Lange, can you change that? And they told me, no, we're not going to do that. So I had to accept what I got.
So, what I'm saying is, why wouldn't you continue down the road of having watches that you have input into how they manufacture it for you, exactly to how you want it made? Or you enjoy doing both better, or
with my watch purchases are very emotional, and I'm not having a certain strategy or a pattern. When I love a watch and I want to get a watch, I'm getting it. I'm not following a pattern. I can fall into a totally production-made watch, just like a Recep Chronomètre Contemporain. I wouldn't change anything on that. With the Langes, I was just asking, can you change the backdrop of the date? And they told me, no, we don't do that. So it's not a big deal, but I like the watch technically. So there are different motives. There are different reasons why I'm choosing certain watches. There is no plan, and that is why I don't like this philosophy of collection building.
Higgins, yes. Explain to him why, and be honest about it, how you got into that world timer to begin with. Then you could modify it when you found out you could. Explain to him the reason why and be honest about it. Come on.
I love the way he just hops on and does
right now. I mean, I remember the first time that I really considered that watch, I was called a dumb fuck. That is all that I remember.
You're full of shit. All right? You know exactly.
Did you call me a dumb fuck?
I always call you a dumb fuck. That's beside the point.
Yeah, but that is my point. Yeah.
All right? You know exactly how you got into that watch to begin with, all right? Anyway, I'm getting out of here.
I totally forgot it, Mr. GMT. Maybe you remind me.
Well, I mean, I could see if you're collecting watches for 40 years, that would be a natural thing to do, right? Get a bespoke commission watch made out exactly. At least you went through the experience, And you liked it, right?
No, but the starting point was a different one. I called Mr. GMT one day and I told him I'm totally in love with that Benjamin Chi Celestial Voyager, and I told him I can't afford it. I can see no way that I'm be able to pay for it. And he said, okay, let's go through your watch collection and let's make it possible. That is Mr. GMT's influence, and basically it's Mr. GMT's fault that I bought this watch.
How come you've never done like a series going through the history of your of the watches that you still own, like almost like a watch review, like from the oldest watch that you've retained all the way? I mean, we've seen the.
I mean, Curly, you are one of the guys who's accusing me of always talking about myself.
Yeah, I guess so.
So what? So that will be another thing. But Higgins is talking about himself.
We all do that, right? I mean, when we hold shows, people do different things. I talk about other people in the fishbowl. You talk about yourself. I mean, you don't. It's not necessarily a negative thing, right? I mean, you also got to give people time to understand why people do it. I mean, I'm not a watch guy, but now I understand why people. I mean, that's the whole purpose of collecting your watches, is to talk about them and show them off, right? I mean, I see that.
No, that's not the purpose, to show them off. My purpose is to enjoy it, and
well, that's part of it. Don't you think that's part of it? Sharing it with with the like.
Yeah, sharing, but showing off is
all right. Well, see, you're choosing words that, I mean, I don't know why you would be offended by that. That's just a natural thing to do. I mean, but I'm saying, like, I don't know, like, what are your oldest watches? I don't know the story. I know. I think I've seen you talk about the World Time. I've seen you talk about the. All right, don't take. I call it the bicycle chain watch, the Fusée watch,
which just shows your total ignorance.
Well, of course. I mean, what the fuck do I know about? I mean, I'm not a watch guy, Higgy.
No, that's okay. I learned to live with it.
I know about the one that you converted, that you modified, and that's really about it. I know more about your James Bond memorabilia than I do your watch collection.
Trust me, you know nothing about my James Bond collection.
Well, I mean, I know what you've shown, but I just don't remember. I mean, I never followed the the other channel that you had, but I mean, you got a watch channel. I don't understand, like, here's Jonathan Quayle Higgins beginning watch collection, and do 5 watches, explain those. I mean, I know more about your Lange and Sonas than anything else, other stuff that you have in your collection. I have I think one time you were, or a couple of times you talked about the Porsche design watch, the one you were selling when you were trying to sell one to Angelic. Look, that's about it, really.
Yeah.
I don't even know how many Rolexes or what Rolexes you have in your collection, or what other variety you have in your collection.
Look, it's a difficult thing, because I see very often, and this sounds now crocodile tears or catching for compliments. The problem is, the more you show, the less appreciation you get for those things. That is at least my experience, and so I'm not really motivated to do that. I don't see the point why I should do that, to be honest.
Well, I'm just a spitballing idea. What would you say? The more you show, the less appreciation.
Mean?
From who? From you? From yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I'm every little detail that I share about my life is being mocked and dragged through the mud.
Iggy, that look at that comes with the territory. I mean, I used to do that. Now I don't.
Yeah, but I'm willing.
Curly, listen to me, Curly. Listen, right? He doesn't want to admit how fucking boring he really is. And the more that he shows how fucking boring this fucker is. That's why he doesn't say shit. I know what he's got.
Well, I think what we got to do is loosen him up a little bit. He's spun tight as a drum. You got to loosen
Mr. GMT, did you take your pills today?
He's doing drive-bys, man.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, no, I don't feel motivated to do that because in the past, just remember when I had that Lange that you call the bicycle chain. I heard nothing than mockery and stupid comments about the watch. So why should I do that?
I would have to say that there was people that appreciated it too. Maybe it's worth it for the people that appreciate it. I mean,
that was then the silent minority.
Well, I mean, Higgy, come on. I mean, you're a watch guy, you're a high horology guy, and you gotta, maybe you reach out to the right people appreciate it, and trolls troll you for it. But in the end, if you reach some people, I don't know what you're trying to reach them for appreciation. I'm pretty sure that people appreciated it.
Look, if you're asking me what the purpose of the channel is, I just enjoy talking about those crazy watches that I can't afford to buy all, and that gives me pleasure. And the viewer numbers and everything is not relevant. I appreciate when people hop on because I'm super nervous when I'm doing that myself, and that's basically it.
What do you got to be nervous about?
Because I always fear that I totally suck and the show will be boring and nobody will be interested, and probably I'm doing mistakes.
You got 35 people, nothing to be nervous about. I mean, you like you're natural at Gonzo streaming.
Yeah, Gonzo streaming is easy.
I think you. I think you. I mean, this is my own personal opinion, but I think you and you've added a lot to Lux's show. You got a kind of a natural, quirky sense of humor, in my own opinion. I mean, I don't think you got anything to be nervous about. You just don't be so easily offended. I know it's easy to say, but just don't be easily offended. That's all.
Yeah.
What can you do? I mean, that's culture has been here for a very long time, right? I mean, it's nothing new.
Yes, but there is no reason for me to enjoy this. So, and that is the distance. I'm constantly asking myself if I should leave.
You're pretty. Stop being coy. You're a pretty good fucking troll yourself. So
I'm not.
Yeah, you are. You just got a different style of doing it. You're a pretty good troll. Come on, don't act like you're a snowflake, because you're not.
Did I ever go below the belt? Did I ever be nasty to anyone who fucked me over? Have I been ever nasty to you?
You're asking me to remember. You're asking me to remember stuff that I don't retain. I mean, if I ever thought you were nasty to me in a malicious way, why would I come on here and talk to you?
Well,
I think that
it's part of the change, probably.
Well, no, I mean, hey, look at Baba had a heart-to-heart with you that I listened in on, and I always say that was a moment of reflection. I mean, it is what it is. I don't want to personally fucking hurt somebody's feelings. I mean, and then if
well, I can tell you did, and
I know, and you know what? Nothing's going to take that away except time and talking, because I don't believe in apologies. I think that's kind of disingenuous. I just believe in letting time heal the wound. I don't need forgiveness. Don't want forgiveness.
An important factor is to.
I mean,
to show by deeds and doing the talk. Show by actions. That is basically everything that you can do.
I mean, Higgy, you gotta come to the realization sometimes when the genie's out of the bottle, you can't put it back in and put the cork on it. Just
that is true, but that doesn't make me feel better.
I know, Higgy. Listen, Higgy. I know, but I mean, obviously, if you have the ability to come on and still enjoy the streams, everybody has their own personal reasons why they enjoy these streams. The camaraderie obviously is one of them. You just got to, you got to decide for yourself, what is forgivable, what is not, what you could put up with, what you don't want to put up with, and then that's it. I mean, it's kind of hard for us.
I'm telling you honestly, the main reason why I'm still here is because I don't want to let people win who want me out of this space.
That's very admirable. That's it. That's a scrapper's. That's a fighter's kind of a way. That's fine. You know?
And now that I have keys and can ban everybody on Archie, that is also a positive.
Well, you know, Higgy, that's well. Listen, that's your own. That's up to
that was a joke. Come on.
No. But that's up to listen. That's up to your own judgment. I mean, people have different tolerance levels, and you know how it goes when you do that.
If you go fuck me with me, then I ban you. That's pretty easy.
Just nothing wrong with that. I mean, the person that's running the stream is the one that gets to decide what their tolerance level is for trolling and not. Right? I agree with that, but you know, there's always what happens is you turn up the dial of the attacks, then they'll attack you even harder. So you know, that's up to you to navigate that. You know,
you can't win.
Well, don't look at it as well. Let me ask you something, Higgins. What are you going to win?
Nothing to win. I came to look, Curly. I'm very serious here. I came to the realizations that I can never be as nasty, below the belt, vicious, and low class, just like some people that are fighting against me. I can't go that low.
I've seen you. Okay, so maybe the style is different, but I've seen you punch pretty. I've seen you punch hard. So let's not call it low, but I've seen you punch hard. But like I said, we can't get away from each other. So, you know, I think that time changes. You know, I believe that time changes people, and that's it. I mean, you know, you can't change somebody. You have to change yourself. That's what's worked for me. So, you know. I'm just happy that you let me on. If you want to remind me on how low class and punching below the belt I've been, you'd have to remind me because I mean, if you're talking about stuff that happened a couple of months ago, that's one thing, but in recent times,
I give you that.
The problem is that we're stuck in this fishbowl and you can't get away from it. So all you could do is adapt. And you know, when you realize that you're, you know, you got to pay attention to the people that are saying that they're personally hurt by what you're doing, and then you modify your behavior. That's it. That's all I could say. And then the problem is when you modify your behavior, they think that it's fake, or they think that you're a softie, or they think this, and I'm really, to be honest with you, I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. I like the people that I like. And I don't like the people that I don't like. And when they hit below the belt, I'm willing to hit it below the belt too. And if people hold that against me or want to call it the low class or whatever, I really don't care. I'm happy with the people that I associate with and that'll come on the stream and still are able to have fun. Unfortunately, the fishbowl that we're in, you can't get away from the nasty, malicious people. And that's just the reality of it, Higgy.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But still, I hate hurting people. That is one of my character things. And
well, you know, your tolerance.
You and I are different in that.
Your tolerance for being hurt is different for others.
Oh yeah.
You know, but when you know, I could tell. All I can tell you is this: if I realize that I'm hurting somebody nowadays, I'll do my best to make amends for that. But if people are faking that they're being hurt to use it as a weapon, they could go fuck themselves.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
So I got to tell you that, like when Baba had that heart-to-heart with you on Marcelo's stream, it made me reflect on the fact that, you know, it's a lot of nonsense, but I could tell by the tone in both of your voices that you know, you both realized that maybe you took a you know, took the shit that was happening too far. And
yeah, but
I know. Listen, you can't
wait. I'm not trying to put you down, but you were not beneficial in that process, because 1 hour later you went on your show. Wait.
I agree.
1 hour later you went on the show addressed to me. I was listening, but I was not directly on the. You said something in the kind of, Higgy, you realize that Baba was trolling you hard. He didn't mean it at all, what he said about that apology. And that stuck in my head for a year.
Higgy, you remember at that time I wasn't getting along with Baba either. So I just did like a low class troll. I mean, yes, I agree with you, but that was a year ago. So like I said, you remember it because it was aimed towards you. I don't remember it, and you know, I like to think that you know, the fact that you know, I could sit on a panel and have a show with Baba. That you know, like I said, time and a change of behavior, you know, change that dynamic. Now, I know because you were the recipient of it that, you know, you remember it in a different way. But I just, like I said, you know, time and changing your behavior, I think, you know, should reflect that, you know, that was then and this is now. That's it. I mean, and it is what it is. I want to make sure that I'm able to express my feelings towards you know, I self-reflected and said, you know what, I actually think that you know, trolling is one thing, but hurting somebody is another. And if, you know, it's hard to listen to people when they say they're hurting you, because there's so many people that use that and weaponize it, right?
Well, you can imagine who clipped that this conversation that we are having.
Well,
and tomorrow it's gonna be.
But Higgy, here's the thing: let him do it, because you know it doesn't change the fact that we're having this conversation, right? It's not fake, it's not bullshit. If they want to weaponize it, you can't stop them from doing it. All you could do is do what we're doing right now: is have a civil conversation with. Listen, you know, you meet people in the real world. I enjoy that content. I mean, I enjoyed the bro house stuff. I enjoy that content. And I respect the fact that you could have a friendship, a real world friendship with OC, as well as Jamie and everybody else that you do to them, Tan and whatever.
Thomas.
That doesn't change anything.
Thomas is here in the panel.
Yeah, that doesn't change anything. Let them. They could spin it and make a narrative however they want. The fact of the matter is, it doesn't change what we're doing right now. So I mean, that's the way you got to. That's the way I have to look at it. I mean, I can't make you look at it that way. But the way I look at it doesn't change the conversation that we're having here. It doesn't change the fact that, you know, that yeah, I at that time you and Baba had that. I wasn't getting along with either one of you, and I did a stupid troll, and but that was then, and this is now. And
yeah, but that divided Baba and me for a year, unless we had another conversation and I was yelling at him. Well, you did hear that.
Hey, Higgy, proof of me being an asshole. Then what do you want me to tell you?
Yeah. That's Curly, and in all seriousness, and I'm telling Bear Clooney it's the same thing, and that is the problem in life. If you do a certain damage, if you damage somebody, if you do an emotional damage, or I'm not saying emotional damage, if you do a social damage, let's put it that way. If you damage me socially, if you behave in
somebody's reputation is probably what you're saying, right?
Kind of, yes.
Yeah.
That damage is done. And that damage sticks with me, no matter how you behave into the future.
I don't agree. Well, that's where me and you differ. I don't agree, because if it was me that did it, look
at the guy like Pavel, who holds the grudge for 3 years that I timed him out, and he's relentless in his comments. And you've been Pavel's biggest fan until 2 months ago.
Hold on. When I saw it happen in the U, it wasn't the same as when it happened to me. When it happened to me, then I understood it. So, I mean, hopefully you could take that into consideration, because like I said, like, you know, as time passes, time tells you who the decent people are and who the obsessed whack jobs are. Okay. And that's all I could say. I'm not using it as an excuse. I'm just saying I'm a human being like anybody else. And learning virtual personalities, as opposed to, you know, when you guys learn, you know, when you have real world experiences, it's completely different. So there's a real error factor in there that takes time for you to realize that, you know, when you think it's funny when it's happening to another person, but then when it happens to you, it changes your mindset. So that's all I can tell. You know, I have changed my my mindset, and I am happy, because I think that you know, I'm not attracting that kind of personality anymore. I think I'm attracting decent people, and you know what? It really makes the quality of streaming a lot more fun for me, and that's all I can tell you. And it's impossible to stay away from it because we're in a small fishbowl. Same people that frequent one stream, they'll come into another stream and they'll say, "Hey, look, did you hear this? Did you hear that? Hey, Higgy, they were talking about you over there." I don't get into that game anymore. It's just really, really, really simple. With time, you change your behavior to not be like that anymore. So that's all I could say. And then, like I said, they could say whatever they want. They could spin it whatever they want. The thing is, Higgy, who is ingesting that? Who is believing it? And who is just sitting on the sidelines because there's no other streams going on? So look at it like that. That's it. You're not going to change other people. You could only change yourself and what you do. And, and then the people are going to say, "Oh, you're a softie. Oh, you're white knighting. Oh, you're a simp. Oh, you're ball
washing.
I don't give a fuck. I mean, I know that the people that I'm so-called ball washing, they're not two-faced, and they're not. They don't politicize and weaponize every single thing, including personal conversations and personal correspondence.
Got it. I don't want to have this as a curly monologue. Please understand that.
Well, I'll let you get back to Longue and Sona.
No. I'm going to close this stream, but let me tell you something, and I don't mean that malicious. And I said Bear Clooney the same, just like I'm telling you. The problem is what happened in the past was unforgivable and hurtful. I agree with you that we can only create the future. We can't create the past, or we can't change what happened in the past. But what happened in the past was painful, awful, and disgusting. And that will always be a part of me. No matter if you want to move on or away from it, that is a part of me. And you have to remember this when you go after people. That sticks with the people. And it's not okay to go after people. That is all I'm saying.
Okay. I think you have to put that in a individual basis. So I mean, if you want to make a blanket thing where you have to take into account other people's behavior, Higgy. I mean, just because I'm sure you think that your behavior didn't warrant the attacks that you had, that's fine. But you have to be able to know both sides of the story, right? I mean, that's a blanket statement. It is. It's a blanket statement. It doesn't take into account. I mean, hey, Higgy, you know what it's
Curly,
like.
I with the hand on my heart, I can tell you that I didn't give you reason to treat me the way that you treated me. Of course,
you're probably right, Higgy. Yeah. But what I'm saying is, you cannot make a blanket statement where you say that you should give everybody that same kind of consideration. I mean, I could only on a personal level between me and you. Yeah, I was probably out of hand, joining in the piling on to the attacks on you. But as far as other people,
I mean, I remember one day when you said that you're keeping all topics away, and you're making it a project of you to destroy me. That is one sentence that I remember from you.
I think that was when that's when we were going back and forth on the dungeon stream, when we were going back and forth on that.
Yeah, nobody said that to me before. So.
Well, I mean, I could remember saying that when I think you did a dungeon stream, and then I did a counter dungeon stream. So you got to put it all in the context. You got to put it all in the timeline. I'm not justifying it. I'm just saying, that's what happens when you elevate when trolling gets out of hand. So, and you got a fair point there. I understand what you're saying. I mean, that's a bold statement to make, but look, I was wrong, right? Nobody got destroyed. You're here. We're talking on the panel, and that's a good step in my book. That's all I could say. It doesn't forgive the past. It's not going to make it go away. Whatever is embedded in your mind is embedded in your mind. I'm not here to try to change that. I'm just saying, I don't think that you should try to make a blanket statement where be nice to everybody, because everybody's not nice back. So that's all.
That is true. You not
Don't
everybody
judge
is
me
nice
on
in
how,
your chat.
don't judge me if I'm attacking somebody and you know both sides of the attack, or you know, attack and respond. Then you could make a judgment. But when you only know one side, like you see my thing, and I'm attacking somebody, but you don't know why I'm doing it.
I know.
Pretty sure I got a good track record of being a responder, or else I wouldn't have the kind of people
Curly,
that frequent the channel.
sorry, but that respond thing, I don't always know both sides of the story. I agree with that.
Well,
So that is why I can only talk about me.
I'm just saying. I might have been wrong, or I might have went over the top when it comes to me and you. Okay. But I'm saying, you know, when you say don't do that to anybody, just know the fact that, I mean, you know, the people that I'm talking about, and you know, the people that attack you, and they've never stopped. Okay. And there's people that have stopped and regretted hurting you. You know, if you say you're hurt, they hurting you. Okay. And, you know, here we are talking about it. Nobody's going to spin it. Nobody's going to, they're going to try, of course. I mean, because in your back of your mind, you already said somebody's going to clip this and obviously make content out of it. Fine, let them do it, Higgy. It doesn't change the fact that we're here. We're talking like men. And, you know, if they want to make fun of us for doing it, who gives a fuck? You know, it doesn't change the fact that we've had this conversation, right? So that's all I'm saying. I don't want to apply to other
50
people.
euro super chat. Jamie Opulence. Thomas, give your verdict based on the last 30 minutes of Curly and Higgins discussion. May I ask? May I say that was more a monologue that we know from Curly? No, I'm just pulling your leg.
Well, I would say Curly summed it up just in the last minute of what he said. People will clip it. People will debate it and on other streams, and who cares about them? You know, people need to. You've had a really good discussion, I think, here. And you've put a few things to bed. You know, some things haven't been put to bed. Fair enough. But you've talked it out like men, and it's been good for. It's actually been better that it wasn't done on a private stream. It's been good that it's been public, and that people can, you know, take what both of your opinions and both of your views, and it's been therapy. It's been elite therapy, as OC put it, you know, and it's been really good. I think it's been really creative and sort of not creative. Therapeutic, I guess, but yeah, it's been a good end to the stream. I think, you know, it's been good.
Shit, are we ending? I thought we had 4 more hours.
Well,
not on my show.
Higgy, I know that marzipan is not that expensive. So with that 50 euro super chat, I'm expecting a log of marzipan coming my way to Chicago, my friend.
Coming your way, so deal that with Jamie, because he's a stingy fuck, so he's not gonna pay that. Yeah, but marzipan, if you need some marzipan, I can make that your way.
I've had plenty of marzipan. Remember?
Well, you didn't have the good one.
I have. I mean, my cousin, who I was his best man at his wedding, I've had plenty of German marzipan. He lives on the border of Switzerland and Germany, so that's where he goes shopping. He goes into Germany. So I've had.
Is he getting Niederegger? Yeah.
I don't know the brand name, but I did notice that that Gonzo stream that you did when they pulled out the tray of all the fruit marzipans. Yeah, I've had those and they were delicious, fattening but delicious.
Yeah, that's a problem.
I must just say before we round up, again, big thank you to Curly and especially OC for sorting out the GoFundMe, and thank you to Rich, Mitch, Pooley, and Whole Milk, who've donated during this stream. It's a heartfelt thank you to everyone who's donated, and
you had a great message on between you and Bafaris. You guys had great messages. And I know it didn't just apply to Tim; it applied to everybody. So it was pretty, as anybody that has had, personal interactions in life and stuff that's going on. It's always nice to, when people reflect and see I don't want to say a bygone era, but that positivity meant something, and it was good that you guys expressed it, and you didn't feel hampered by all the all the garbage that happens to keep expressing a positive. Positive.
There needs to be positivity on these streams, Curdy. You're right.
Yeah, there's a there's a way to balance stuff, but when I mean, Thomas, you're a smart man. You know what happens when you get the money involved and the drama.
Yeah.
And make money off for drama. That stuff happens, and of course, it does go over the line. It does go too far, but there are people who realize that and try to pull it back, and then there's people who just don't have the ability to do it. So with that, gentlemen, have a great night. Thank you, Higgy, for letting me on, and that'll be it. Hey, Higgy, let me ask you something. Do I have to keep using this Red Hot 100 account, or can you unban the Happy Meal account? Because that one's the easiest
that really hurts you, yeah.
It's not that it hurts me. It's just it's easier to do that, so I don't have to. So I don't have to do what I'm doing here.
You're on probation. I will remove you from the ban list. You're on probation, okay?
I appreciate it. Thank you, Higgy. Yeah. See you, Thomas.
Okay.
See you, Chad.
Bye-bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
So, to be honest, Rich Mitch made. I'm not really in the mood to
Archie, luxury jumps on a Boeing jet, leaves behind a family, no regrets. He's got a birthday, I'm your old Shanghai. Eyes are on Mrs. Lai, the reason why. While in Brisbane, the tears roll strong. Chinese whispers called him to Hong Kong. Pack up your bags and off you go. Leave behind the begging for the Luxy show. Archie flies where the dragon soared to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore. Archie's chasing dreams in the mystic land. Mrs. Lai brings coffee to his hand. Family's calls echo on the phone. He's miles away, lost, but he's not alone. In old Shenzhen's glow, he likes to stray. With Mrs. Lai, they bonk till the light of day. Pack up your bags and off you go. He's not sure